So, hi viewers, in our last topic, we studied about the way our alimentary canal, the human alimentary canal, is adapted for absorption of food. This time round, we want now to follow up what was absorbed or what is absorbed, what follows. This food undergo what we call assimilation. So we ask ourselves, what is assimilation? Assimilation. Maybe before I put across what assimilation is, it is important to realize when we eat food, we find ourselves growing, we find ourselves becoming healthier. This is because what we have eaten has become part and parcel of our body. That process of what you have eaten becoming part and parcel of your body is actually itself, it's assimilation. And this is why when you go to even your course book, it defines assimilation as a process where the absorbed food substances are incorporated into the body tissues. So that process is what we call assimilation. But because the substances that are absorbed are quite many, as we saw in the other case where we had drawn the diagram of the alimentary canal showing what is absorbed where, then we need to ask ourselves, how is each of the food eaten incorporated or added into the body to become part of the body? So we start with the food that is taken in the bulk, and that is what we call glucose. How is glucose incorporated into the body? Number one, it is used as raw material for a very important process which we call respiration. In Form 2, we have a whole topic on respiration, but basically, this is simply to provide energy. As for now, we can say this is to provide energy. So, that is the main reason, the main use of glucose. However, sometimes we can take more than what the body requires, and most likely that is the case. So, the excess is stored in two forms. We have a form we call glycogen. We have another form we call fats. They can be converted into fats and stored. That is assimilation of glucose. More information concerning that, we shall come across it under the topic respiration and another topic of homeostasis. Let's move on to the others. We have amino acids. Amino acids. These are final digestion of protein. When you are dealing with the digestion of the protein, we say protein are made of a very long chain of molecules we call amino acids. During digestion, this is protein molecule. Protein. During digestion, these are broken into individual. So these are amino acids. Therefore, when these are now absorbed into the body, they are then assembled back. So here, assembled into protein molecules to make up tissues of our body. So that is the use of amino acids. Again, if we take it too much, the body doesn't have reserve or storage structures for excess protein. Therefore, what happens? Excess is done a process we call deamination. Deamination and removed is urea then urine. So the excess of the amino acids is actually broken down. There is nothing like storage of amino acids. Therefore means when you eat too much of protein, you are actually wasting. Because most of it you take it to the toilet, to the urinal as urine anyways. So much for that. Let's move to others. We have fatty acids, and glycerol. Now, these are the final products of fat or oil digestion. So what has done to these ones? These are again assembled into fats. The fat that we find is stored underneath our skin in certain areas around the belly, mainly in human beings. I don't know, that's a research we need to undertake. In human beings, fat has a tendency of being deposited around the belly region. However, if you slaughter an animal, you realize that there is fat all around the body organs. Every body organ has some fat around it. But all the same, when it's assembled into fat, what is it meant to do? So raws. Because we are talking about the utility of these substances, raws. We have raw number one is respiration. Again, to give energy. That is not enough. We also have the fats around the body organs are used as so fats around body organs are used as a shock absorber. Fat underneath the skin. So this is what we call fat in the tissues. We call adipose tissue. This one is used to protect the body against heat loss. This is therefore it's an insulator. That's why you find people who have a lot of fat around their body, they don't feel so cold. Because they have a blanket to protect them from heat loss to the surrounding. So much that. So we have looked at the assimilation of glucose, amino acids, fatty acids, and glycerol. Now, we also have the issue of vitamins, mineral salts. These ones, because it's a long story, we are going to consider that one under a topic on their own. In fact, there is a topic on the roles or the uses of minerals in the body, the roles of of vitamins in the body. There is a whole topic on that. So that one is not for today. After absorption has taken place and assimilation has taken place, what happens? Food that was not absorbed continue moving down the alimentary canal, and it is done a process we call digestion. Remember the diagram that I drew of the alimentary canal and the rectum, where we say undigested food and the indigestible food await removal through the anus, through what we call defecation. So here we then come. Excretion is a process. Most of these issues, things that are taking place in the body, we are referring to it as a process because it's not just a one activity process. So it's a process of removing what? Here I want us to know we are removing undigested food and undigestible. If you happen to eat a metallic object that cannot be digested, that one will fall under undigestible. If you happen to eat food that has a lot of fibers that cannot be digested, that falls under undigested. So we have, this is in, that which cannot be digested. Undigestible, it's an organic material, but which because of its nature of toughness cannot be broken by enzymes. So when these are passing out from the body through the anus, this is ingestion. And the opposite, if you are in an English class, opposite, we deviate a bit. The opposite of ingestion is ingestion. When you are putting food into the mouth, that is ingestion. When it is passing out of the other direction, it is ingestion. So, that is the case. Then we ask ourselves, ingestion has taken place, assimilation has taken place. However, there is a small unit that I am not intending that we deal with it now, which we shall deal with when we come to the topic of transport in Form 2. And that is food that has been absorbed. Which pathway, which route does it follow before it reaches the tissues? Maybe a tissue in the brain, a tissue in the toe, where it will be used up or assimilated. So, let us deal with that when we come to the topic of transport. Otherwise, thank you very much for listening to me. Let us meet next.